Sophie Cunningham makes feelings clear on Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce 15 days after Caitlin Clark went viral. Every American home rallies behind its favorite NFL team when the weekend arrives, and WNBA stars are no exception. Caitlin Clark's love for the Kansas City Chiefs is well known, from her social media posts to her viral game day appearances. Just 2 weeks ago, she made headlines again while attending the Chiefs-Lions game alongside Taylor Swift. And now, Sophie Cunningham has hinted at her own NFL allegiance during her appearance on Good Morning America, leaving fans guessing which team has her heart. When asked about her thoughts about the Chiefs' game against the Washington Commanders tonight, Sophie Cunningham had an emphatic response worthy of a superfan. She said, "I'm a Chiefs fan through and through. Born and raised in Missouri. So, you have Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce on your team, I'm always going to bet on them." On the show, as part of her sponsorship commitment with Arby's, Sophie has often said that she has been a fan of the Kansas City Chiefs since she can remember. While playing for the Indiana Fever, she often went and supported the Indiana Pacers during their finals run. However, when it came to the NFL, her loyalty was clear, as she wishes to believe. Speaking on an episode of her Show Me Something podcast, she said, "I am not shy. Everyone knows I am a huge Chiefs fan. Like if Colts and Chiefs are playing, Chiefs all the way. But will I go and support the Colts for a game? Yeah." But Sophie isn't as hardcore as CeCe when it comes to rallying behind the Chiefs. Just a few weeks ago, when CeCe refused to wear a Colts jersey politely, the Indiana veteran highlighted, "I did go to a Colts game, it was awesome. I'm actually turning into a Colts fan a little bit. I like their players. I like them," she said. Yes, she played for Indiana and probably the visits had an impression, but deep down, I will definitely go and check out the Colts. I don't have any beef with them. But I think deep down I will always have my team, which is the Chiefs. While Sophie continues to voice her Chiefs narrative after being called out bandwagoner, she has made another announcement of her plans during her appearance on Good Morning America. Sophie Cunningham confirms the return of her pet project in 2026. Sophie Cunningham is known for her outspoken and carefree personality, but behind that fiery spirit is a player with a deep sense of purpose. As one of Missouri's finest basketball products, she has always shown a strong commitment to her roots and the growth of women's basketball. Staying true to that mission, Cunningham recently announced the return of the Sophie Cunningham Classic, an event dedicated to empowering young athletes and celebrating the sport she loves. Started in 2022, the Sophie Cunningham Classic is a young basketball tournament featuring 12 girls' teams from Missouri and nearby areas. The tournament was started by Sophie Cunningham, her sister Lindsay Cunningham, and basketball coach Norm Stewart. The main focus of this tournament is to give young girls a platform to showcase their skills on the court and also to get exposure to great basketball minds around the league. In the last edition, the tournament hosted some of the country's top recruits. Some of the players who participated in the Classic were Jordan Spicer, Jalea Davis, Destiny Jackson, Aubrey Shaw, Addison Bjorn, and many more. The increase in popularity for Sophie Cunningham after being teammates with Caitlin Clark is surely going to put even more focus on the Sophie Cunningham Classic. While all this popularity has surely been amazing for Sophie, now she can also help multiple young girls get so much exposure from the basketball world. It's been 15 days since Caitlin Clark once again broke the internet, her name trending across social media, her interviews sparking reactions from athletes, celebrities, and fans alike. But just as the Caitlin craze began to settle, another WNBA figure, Sophie Cunningham of the Indiana Fever, made headlines of her own. This time, not for a buzzer beater or a locker room clip, but for something far more unexpected. Her bold, heartfelt comments about NFL stars Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. In a world where sports and celebrity culture constantly intersect, Sophie Cunningham has emerged as a voice who doesn't shy away from honesty, even when her words stir conversation across multiple leagues. Her remarks, laced with both admiration and subtle critique, offered a fascinating glimpse into how WNBA players view the larger sports ecosystem and their place within it. A crossover moment between leagues. Cunningham's comments came during a recent appearance on a popular sports podcast, where she was asked about the ongoing celebrity athlete era A time when players like Mahomes and Kelce are as known for their personalities and off-field fame as they are for their stats. Sophie, with her signature mix of humor and candor, didn't hold back. "I love what Mahomes and Kelce have done for football," she said, leaning forward as the studio lights caught her confident grin. "They're showing what it looks like when athletes become full-on brands. But I also think it's time people start giving that same energy to women in sports. Caitlin Clark's doing it now, and she's proving it's not just a men's game anymore." It was a statement that resonated far beyond the WNBA community. Cunningham wasn't throwing shade, she was pointing out an imbalance, a cultural double standard. Caitlin Clark's ripple effect. Just 2 weeks earlier, Caitlin Clark had gone viral for an interview where she subtly addressed how attention and media coverage differ between male and female athletes. That moment, humble yet powerful, reignited debates around visibility, sponsorship, and the value of women's sports. Sophie's remarks seemed to echo that same sentiment, but through a more fiery lens. She wasn't just acknowledging Caitlin's impact, she was amplifying it. "Caitlin's brought more eyes to the game in 6 months than we've had in 6 years, Sophie said. "But imagine if we got even half the media machine Mahomes and Kelce have behind them. The stories, the ads, the hype, it changes everything. And we're ready for that." Cunningham's message was clear: admiration for Mahomes and Kelce, yes, but also a challenge to the system that celebrates some athletes while overlooking others. Sophie's energy, raw, relatable, and real. What sets Sophie Cunningham apart isn't just her talent on the court, it's her ability to connect. She's fiery, outspoken, and at times brutally honest. Fans love her for it. Critics, too, can't help but engage. Her name trends not just for her performance, but for her personality. On social media, Sophie's comments about Mahomes and Kelce sparked a flood of reactions. Some praised her confidence. Others accused her of stirring unnecessary comparison. But Sophie never backs down. "I'm not here to play safe," she tweeted afterward. "I'm here to keep it real, because we deserve the same spotlight." It's that authenticity that keeps her in the headlines and makes her one of the WNBA's most dynamic voices. The NFL connection and the Taylor Swift factor. The moment Sophie mentioned Travis Kelce, fans instantly drew connections to the pop culture phenomenon that is Kelce and Taylor Swift's relationship. The NFL has leaned heavily into that narrative, using it to fuel engagement and boost viewership. And Sophie noticed. When Taylor shows up to a game,